Speaking of technology, how do we maintain the sense of people and culture in times of AI? How do we keep people motivated and keep the culture of, a people-oriented company in these times?
Wow. People and culture in the time of AI, people and culture in the brutal times of AI, I would say.
Well put.
We've had presentation after presentation here at Vamos Juntos. Your presentation, Natalie Kelly's presentation, Dave Brackett's presentation, Elizabeth de Miranda's presentation, more or less focusing on the same thing, that it's not human in the loop, it's human in charge. We have to be in charge of the technology. We have to be in charge of AI. And this creates tremendous opportunities for those of us who are willing to rise to the challenge and work with AI. I don't think there's much of a future for AI deniers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the TV. I remember seeing a case of when I was at business school in the 90s of a manager, CEO of a company who proudly stated that we're a people-oriented company, and I don't even use a computer. Well, he retired like 3 months after he made that totally off the mark statement. So we're embracing technology, but the leaning in on what Juan Santiago said in his keynote presentation yesterday afternoon. The opportunity is for us to use our judgment, our criteria, our cultural leadership, and our agility as people and as organizations to deploy AI, which is often an extremely costly process or full of pitfalls. AI is not plug and play.
No, it's not.
And the organizations that are achieving results with AI are often deploying very significant resources to get it done. Lots of announcements are made, lots of fanfare about AI, and then when it doesn't work, there's no big announcement. Hey, it didn't work. When it doesn't work, it's a hush hush topic. When you're announcing that it's going to work, you're playing the drum beat.
That's true.
So there's a lot of money also being lost, I think, in time. But this is an experimentation process, and I think that I'm convinced that people are going to be in charge. So people and culture, you've got to invest in your people. You've got to, that's such a cliche, but you've got to invest more than ever before in your people and make sure that they are aligned with deploying AI in an ethical manner to transform your business. Now, what I don't see in this picture right now are there opportunities for young people. I was approached in one of the coffee breaks by a group of 6 students here from the Universidad Católica asking about internships at TBO, the company where I am employed. And I mentioned to them that half the leadership of the company started as interns back in the day, but that internships were currently at a lower level than before. So that's where my concern lies is, as AI substitutes especially more junior roles, junior tasks, what are the junior people? What are the 22-year-olds, the 24-year-olds?
How do they become senior?
18-year-olds, exactly. If there's many opportunities, often very well paid at localization companies, translation companies, interpreting companies. On the buyer side, fantastic opportunities that never existed 20, 30 years ago.
That's
just amazing opportunities to be out there on the front line, deploying technology and languages and localizing into more languages than ever before. Tremendous opportunities. Very exciting time. But what are the opportunities for people who are in their early 20s? I'm not sure. So that's, I think, a work in progress that we need to rethink. Otherwise, in 10 years' time, there will not be any senior resources.
That is true. And not only that, I think not being able to attract the talent because, people look at translation and they look, oh, this is going to be dead. It's going to be dead soon. So we haven't been able to attract more talent. We're losing talent because people are going away because it's been hard. Then lots of people are. I think there were some numbers there. I think José shared some numbers about people leaving the industry, or was it someone else? But I think those who are staying, we're going to be limited number of people. I think there is still work, there is still business to be done, but I think we are losing talent on both spectrums, both those incoming and those outgoing.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that statement. I still think it's a very attractive industry in the sense that you can transcend your local reality, whether it's, Cincinnati or Delhi, wherever you are on this planet, you're going to be working with people around the world, dealing with languages around the world, clients, vendors, partners, friends. In that sense, I think it's fascinating. But the crunch is such at the moment that, as José Palomares said in his presentation, your localization team on the client side could be wiped out in 5 minutes by a decision from someone 3 levels higher up than you in the organization. So there's a lot going on, and it is definitely a challenging time. And once again, I still wonder about the opportunities for younger people as we focus on senior quality manager, senior content writer, senior engineer. I just don't see as many junior positions, and those are the future seniors. But in terms of people leaving the industry, well, yes, market economists would say that markets correct themselves, and if people leave the industry, then the people who stay in it will get paid more. So that's good news for you and me.
Yes,
yeah, but it doesn't seem to be exactly working like that. So I don't know. But I think that we don't need to lose faith. I refuse to lose faith and give in to the self-doubt. As I said, you got to look at the whole movie, where we started, where I started at least, doing birth certificates, police reports. I remember, I'm IEPs that came in a FedEx box from the United States and got wet. You couldn't read them. I still love IEPs, but they're one of the best things in the world to translate. Because you're helping people, right? You're really helping people in the education system. But it's much easier now that it's digital.
Agreed. Charles, thank you so much, my friend. Welcome. Well, bienvenido al sofa.
Yeah, we had to work to find a sofa here at the university. It's more of a cubicle than a sofa, but it's been great to catch up, and I really enjoyed your presentation yesterday. We finally got Mr. Brazil, Mr. Latin America here at Vamos Juntos after a couple of years of insisting and persisting. That's what Natalie Kelly says. She said, you've been after me for 2 years, but we just couldn't swing the dates.
And she made it. I made it too, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, Argentina is a long way away, but it's not that far. So thank you for coming, and thank you for talking today.
Thank you, Charles.
Okay.